2, 1. Hot mic, we're live. Yep, intro is being skipped. Come on, internet. Let me fix that. Welcome in, everyone. Thank you for tuning in here with us at Star 9, Alabama. We are live for a severe thunderstorm warning that is currently in Marion County. Now, bear with me. No, tornado warning not just yet, but
Okay.
very likely here in just a little bit. All right, speak for me, please.
10-4.
Okay. All right, everything's working. Everything's working. Thank you for tuning in here with us again at Star 9 Alabama. We are here live along with Tanner Cero and Ian Malicoate. We're covering the current severe thunderstorm warning that is located out towards, again, Marion County. This warning is not expected to expire until 10:45 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Now, Ian and Tanner, go ahead and explain away on what you're thinking is within the storm. There.
Is this the warning in Fayette? Okay, so we're not. Are we even covering this tornado warning here? Okay. All right. So let's look at this. So obviously, 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts, hail is going to be possible out of the storm. I do see why that they did issue this considerable. Obviously, because if we set up this line here, you can kind of see how it's going out backwards and it's pushing in frontal winds ahead of this line. So mind you, this is more of a damaging wind threat, kind of situation because we're watching this as we're watching this as winds are coming out of the frontal boundary and they're just ahead of this. But this does have the considerable warning for Marion County and Fayette County till 10:45 Central, or sorry, 11:45 CS. That was, yeah, 10:45, correct?
10:05,
All
yeah.
right, till 10:45. At 9:28, severe thunderstorm located along the line, extending from Manchee to Millport, moving northeast to 55. 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts, considerable damage to mobile homes. Hamilton impacted locations will be Hamilton, Winfield, Fayette, Haleyville, Goon, Hackleburg, Barry, Brilliant, Glen Allen, Belk, Goodwin, Bankston, Weston, Bluff, Bully, Springs, Bryn, Lake, Buttachie, I think that is, Bear Creek, and Twin, and Tucker.
All right, thank you, Tanner, for that update there. So now we're going to switch over back to my scene here. So we actually also, and this is what Tanner was going to mention earlier, we do have a tornado warning that is just outside of Marion County, and I want to mention this here because this is likely going to move into Marion County within the next several minutes, so about 20 to 30 minutes from now, as the storm is moving northeast at around 61 miles per hour. Again, a tornado warning is going to be possible for Marion County sometime around 10 o'clock tonight, depending on if this velocity couplet will continue. And speaking of, let's look at our velocity couplet. And again, we thank you for tuning in here with us at Star 9 Alabama. Me, Tanner Cero, and Ian Malicoate. Let me turn that off. Ian Malicoate are all live covering the severe weather that is currently ongoing across northern Alabama here. And our plus. It's. Yeah. And I agree. And like you said, that velocity couplet's not really even noticeable anymore at this point on radar. So just a heads up, though, that could strengthen later this evening. So the tornado warning. You mean the tornado watch that they might have expired or something? Okay, just making sure. So, Robin said it was in Lamar County. All right, so towards Russellville and Muscle Shoals, we're going to be seeing this line of storms move into the area later this evening, sometime around now. So about starting from now until 10:11 p.m. this evening. The strongest storms, again, are staying out to our south just for the momentarily. We did get that severe thunderstorm warning issued for Marion County due to this Boeing echo or this Boeing line here that's moving into the area. So, as Tanner has mentioned, up to 70-mile-per-hour winds. Well, that's in the warning. We can expect up to 70-mile-per-hour winds and smaller hail and potentially a spin-up tornado within Marion County and even what's that county? I think that's Winston County there.
Too here with that scene. If you could see right here over Millport and Kennedy, right here where I have this line drawn, this I see, and I 100% agree with them why they issued this warning because they have that damaging wind threat. And what this is going to do is it's pushing this, this QLCS line. It's pushing it from west to east. So just coming off the Mississippi line, moving into Alabama, pushing into Kentucky, Kennedy, Jerusalem. It'll be even get into Gum Bud there in Newtonville very, 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 very soon. But the main, I do see almost kind of this couplet, but it's what it is it's coming off the radar and they are reflecting together on each other. And I 100% agree why they issued this warning for them two counties. Mind you, hail's not going to be a big threat. It's going to be more of the damaging wind threat. Even storm relative velocity is picking it up here on this. Let's look correlation coefficient. Just a lot of sound coming off of the storm and the radar, but definitely we have this QLCS type line storm moving through with that. So with that being said, I'm going to turn it back over to our chief forecaster, Nicholas Driver.
Thank you, Tanner. And as you mentioned there, yeah, the hail threat's not the biggest threat this evening. That it's going to be the gusty winds, excuse me, and of course that spin up tornado. So we were talking about Russellville here, Russellville and Muscle Shoals. So a lot of those storms are beginning to head into those areas this evening. And as of right now, most of them are under severe limits. They're not really even producing lightning through what I'm seeing here. Tanner, forecaster Tanner, do you have a lightning monitor on these storms? Yep.
You can see these little lightning, and I actually have them highlighted here, and I can switch to a product to show this here real quick. So what is it? Which one is it? It's this. I can show you, you can see there is some lightning, good amount of lightning. And Nick, while you're talking about this, I'm actually going to go ahead and pull up links to on the TMC weather side, because that we do have the lightning one. But I do believe, yeah, I have it right here. Nick, if you just leave this up here for a quick sec,
Yep.
and they can see obviously plenty of lightning, being shown in here, and you can really see the time lapse here, just over the last little bit. Let me turn this down here, just a little bit for a quick little bit, but
And one quick second, Tanner, not to interrupt
sure.
you real quick. I've got some people asking about Red Bay and Hodges. So we're going to talk about Red Bay and Hodges real quick. So out towards Red Bay. All right. Hold on one second, Tanner. Out towards Red Bay, Russellville. Hey, you're messing with mine. There we go. All right. Again, out towards Red Bay and Hodges out here, we are starting to see the line move into the area. Um, and this could start producing some stronger winds here soon. I'm not seeing anything just yet via, let's see. We got about 40 to 50 mile per hour winds outgoing from the radar here. Uh, yep, 54. So, severe thunderstorm warning is not exactly warranted just yet outside of this line. Some little pockets, and do you agree with me, Tanner, how some little pockets could be rotating just a little bit slightly, just west of the area of Hodges and Red Bay? That would Thank you very much, sir. And we do apologize, everyone. We're just kind of fiddling with some new stuff here. And real quick, I was hearing pinging sounds. So I'm going to quickly talk or look at what we're talking about here real quickly. All right. All right, so looking at the NWS chat this evening here, we got many people coming out here talking about some occasional signs of broad rotation in these cells heading toward the Mississippi and Alabama state line. They're thinking the warm front has started to surge north into far western Alabama. This portion of the line does not currently look as concerning as what is pushing east of Columbus, Mississippi right now, which is around this area down here. So the most concerning, and we'll switch it over real quick. The most concerning parts of the line is actually south of Alabama. Now, if you're out towards Russellville, Marion County, which Russellville is in, can't remember the county at the moment. My brain is not working, but Russellville is out in the northern county of Marion County. Frequent lightning is currently ongoing, and of course that threat for gusty winds. But again, our main threat is going into Marion County, where this Bow Echo line is beginning to move in. So a heads up to you folks out in Winfield. Was there a tornado warning issued, or was that tornado warning just cut, Ian? Okay, so for the one that did ask about the red box, we're talking about a tornado warning here that is in effect until 10 p.m. So we got a couple more minutes. And thank you, Allison. My brain was just not running this morning or this afternoon and evening because I am running on low sleep. But again, this red box here near Detroit and Soligant and Beaverton, Alabama, is a tornado warning. As of right now, as we've mentioned before, there's not strong rotation, although I am beginning to see some reds and greens here beginning to pop back up on the velocity couplet, or on the velocity here. And velocity is the turning of the winds in the upper atmosphere, for the ones who were curious. So, with this newer area of rotation that looks like is happening here, let me find a brush to, there we go. So this area right here is where we're talking about, northeast of Beaverton, and that is what I'm watching. And that is why we still have this tornado warning until 10 p.m. tonight. And this is going to be happening all over it's going to be happening over and over and over, which is why we got a tornado watch in effect until 4 a.m. early Sunday morning. As much of us are expected to see, whoops, bear with me here. All right, welcome back. Thank you. As much of us are expected to see more of a damaging wind threat, but a couple tornadoes is possible as well. Spin up tornadoes. And I am going to use. Yep. Which one? I'm not seeing it at the current moment. Yes. Okay, gotcha. Alright, tornado warning for Hamilton. So yeah, that area was rotating. We got it now. So Marion County is now under a tornado warning. You need to be seeking shelter now if you are in this area. So Hamilton, Hackleburg, and Haleyville. If you're in Gwynn, Winfield, you need to be getting to your safe place now. This is going to be moving northeast until into Franklin County, Lawrence County, and Eastern County is going to be Winston County. So you need to be in your safe place, get to the lowest floor of a sturdy building, put as many walls as you can between you from the outside world, stay away from doors and windows, and just bring a weather radio with you, bring us with you, and we will keep you weather aware. Alright, that velocity couplet. Yep, and right there, so near Beaverton, in that county, right here. So this current velocity couplet is just south of Hamilton. It's going to go in between Gwynn and Hamilton, Alabama, or Marion County. This is going to, again, as Ian just mentioned, it's going to continue to move northeast. If you're I hope you're not driving on Interstate 22, but if you are, try to find a safe place to stop and a sturdy building to get into, as this is a potential threat and tornado is possible. I'll go ahead and read out what the National Weather Service has put out from Birmingham, Alabama. The National Weather Service in Birmingham, Alabama has issued the tornado warning for Marion County in northwestern Alabama until 10:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time. At 9:48 p.m. Central Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located along a line extending from near Detroit to near Gwynn, moving northeast at 60 miles per hour. Hazard. Tornado is possible to likely. Source, radar indicated rotation. Impact, flying debris will be dangerous to those caught without shelter. Mobile homes will be damaged or destroyed, and damage to roofs, windows, and vehicles will occur. Tree damage is likely. So locations that could be impacted include Hamilton, Winfield, Haleyville, Gwynn, Hackleburg, Brilliant, Gwynn, Bryan, or Bryn, Winston, Lake, Butcheat. I am going to butcher town names, but that's alright. If you're near Beer Creek, Twin, Tucker, Tinsner, Purses Mill, Rankin Fight Airport, Upper Bear Creek Reservoir, and Bird, Bexar, or Pig Eye. This tornado warning is for you folks out there, and I don't know why the velocity is doing that. Alright, so again, a tornado warning is in effect until 10:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Behind that, a severe thunderstorm warning with the considerable damage. What's it called again? Yeah, with the considerable tag for 70 mile per hour winds is also behind this tornado warning. So if you're not seeing a tornado, you're seeing damaging wind gusts up to 70 miles per hour possible. Tanner, do you have anything? Ian? Marion? Hold on, let me turn those off because I forgot to do that. But a new alert was just issued. Alright, so that being said, now we are in Huntsville Bureau, National Weather Service Bureau area, so that is why those weather radios went off. Correct. And for that new severe thunderstorm warning that was issued, now including Colbert, Franklin, and Lawrence counties in Alabama until I believe 10:30 Central, no 10:45 Central Daylight Time. The National Weather Service in Huntsville, Alabama, has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for Colbert County in northwestern Alabama, Franklin County in northwestern Alabama, and western Lawrence County in northwestern Alabama until 10:45 until 10:45 p.m. Central Daylight Time for 65 mile per hour winds possible. 60 to 65. No, this is a new severe thunderstorm warning that was issued for Colbert, Lawrence, and Franklin counties. We are still covering Hamilton. We got a tornado warning for another 36 minutes for Marion County. Yes, we have, but I do want to mention it now that, as Ian mentioned earlier, the rotation is starting to break up a little bit, and we are going to see more of a damaging wind threat than anything. Tornado potential is still there, and I want you guys to still stay in your safe places. Do not get out until the warning is allowed to expire or until the storm passes, as a tornado warning is still very dangerous and it's not over with yet until the next 35 minutes. So 10:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time is when that tornado warning is allowed to expire. But ahead of it, 70 mile per hour winds is possible. Tanner, do you got something you want to say? Okay, I was just making sure. I want to real quickly try to update our. I don't think we can update our title, unfortunately. So, all right, that'd be great. Go ahead.
If you throw up links too, so you can see the couplets right here, just outside of the tornado warning. So it actually looks, I know it is. So right here. So right here over Fulton Bridge, running along Interstate I-22. You could see this is extending to the northeast here. You have HAB Airport. Barnesville is in this. You have Purse Mills, Pea Ridge, Stinston, Twin, New Hope. So, we can't really pinpoint all these areas, but what we can do is we can make a big judgment and say that this right now, if you were on Interstate I-22, this is moving across very quickly. I'm going to try and get you speed here, 25, 30 mile an hour. So if this is a tornado on the ground, it's moving at 30 miles an hour across the interstate I-22. So make sure in your safe place, stay in your safe shelter. Obviously, this is something you don't want to play with because this is moving right along a very, very, very populated interstate. Obviously, if this is most used interstate in Texas, or sorry, Alabama, it just moved across it, still moving across it. If you are on it, if you're on Interstate I-22, don't park under the underpasses as it has a Fujiwara effect. Winds go in, it gets trapped, it tunnels, it blows the bridge up, it blows your car. Get out of the car, get to the lowest ground, whether that be a ditch, side of the road. Just to get out of the car, wait it out. Obviously, keep us with us, or keep us with you, as you're out there. With that being said,
Hey,
I'm turn
Ian.
back over.
Not Ian. Tanner, don't. I hate to interrupt you real quick, but power outages are being reported in East Lauderdale. Um, and this, I don't believe this is storm related either. So East Lauderdale County in Alabama is having power outage issues. Also, another thing, somebody was asking about, let's see, what was that? What was that area? Scottsville, Alabama. So Scottsville, Alabama is currently in between a tornado warning and a severe thunderstorm warning. What I want you to do is just get to a safe place if you're in Scottsville, Alabama, until both warnings are allowed to expire. This line is moving past you now, so I believe the most thing you're going to be seeing right now is heavy rain, frequent lightning, and I just want you to stay into a safe place until the severe weather is moving out of the area. And yes, sirens are going off in Winfield, so that does not surprise me.
2,000 customers without power. Marion County 743. Winston County has 402. And then further south, we go into Pickens County that has 306, but that is out of our coverage area. So Lamar County 2,000 once again. Marion County 745, and Winston County sitting at 400. With that being said, I'm turning it back over to our chief weather forecaster, Nicholas Driver. Hey Nick, what's the latest?
All right, thank you. So, what the newest warning that we just got issued now includes Winston County, Alabama, and areas northwest of Jefferson County, Alabama. Of course, we don't cover that. That's the Birmingham broadcasting area. But we do have a severe thunderstorm warning, 70 mile per hour, considerable threat, and tornado possible tag on it. This being said, if you are out in Double Springs, Haleyville, towards Arley, Addison, Natural Bridge, Lynn, go ahead and get prepared. Have ways to get warnings tonight. A severe thunderstorm warning is in effect for your county, and you need to be getting prepared. I would go ahead and move into a safer place just in case a tornado warning is issued for that area. But as far as now, most of the tornado threat is moving just north of, again, Winston County there.
Here real quick. You can see right over Hamilton, this will be now moving on to, instead of interstate, it'll be moving on to State Road 278 and Highway 43, which does kind of pair up with Interstate 22, but State Road 278, State Road 253, and Highway 43. This tornado, if it is a tornado on the ground, which mind you, it has not been confirmed yet, but confirmed or observed, but if it is, it'll be moving right now quickly if it continues this north to northeast approach over what is this? Interstate, not interstate, State Highway 240 or 278 and Highway 43. And you can see it. You can clearly see newest scan just came in. I have it circled where obviously green going towards the radar. And let's redo that. So green going towards the radar, red going away from the radar, and it's right here where I have placed this X is where that couplet or couplet team could be turning with that. So let's send it back to Nick.
All right, and what Tanner's talking about is right over Marion County here, where that potential rotation is at, just east of Hamilton. I know I got people that are joining in from Hamilton, Alabama, who are in their shelters. You are doing the right thing. Stay in your shelter until the warning is allowed to expire. Again, this warning will be allowed to expire around 10:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time. As Tanner was mentioning, there is that rotation within the line, although I am noting that it looks like the rotation is really falling apart. The main threat is that 70 mile per hour wind gust. Now, much of these stronger storms are moving north of Hamilton now, moving towards Hackleburg, Bear Creek, and Haleyville. I have somebody from Hackleburg that was just talking or asking me what it is going to be like out there. Well, you need to be in your safe place if you haven't been already. A tornado warning is in effect for your area until 10:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time. As Tanner was mentioning, go ahead.
Things too here. We were talking about how it's weakening. Here was the first, if you will, here was the first born storm or born couplet. You can see how nice and tight that is. Well, let's mind you, that was at about 10:50. Or 950, if you will. We move a scan forward. You can see it quickly. It's falling apart. It comes back here, 1056, 1058. You can see it's still kind of tight, but it's definitely loosening. You can see here at 959. And then here's just at the top of the hour, 10:02 it is, your current time. You can see it looks like it's possibly tightening back together. But to mention once again, if you are on Maryland or not Maryland, State Road 278 or on Highway 43. This will be moving your way. So State Road 278 or State Road 278 or State Road 253. This will be moving your way here very quickly. Now, mind you, this is just outside of a very populated area. You got there, Hamilton, and like we're expecting this to continue with that northeast approach very quick. So just to recap here really quick, everybody, it is 10:03 starting here. I'm Tanner Cero along here with Chief Weather Forecaster Nicholas Chiver and Ian Malicoate. We have two tornado warnings that are currently in effect one tornado warning that is in effect for Marion County till 10:30. Obviously flying debris, but couple it looks like it's trying to tighten. With that being said, let's turn it back to Nicholas Driver.
All right, so Tanner, I will say the National Weather Service in Huntsville, Alabama, and Birmingham, Alabama, do agree that the couplet is falling apart. So they are holding off on issuing any other tornado warnings for that would be Franklin County and Lawrence County. But still, if you are out in Franklin, Lawrence County, and Winston County, go ahead and be prepared just in case a tornado warning is issued for your area. Have your phone turned up and be sitting there ready to run to the shelter if that warning is issued. Regardless, 70-mile-per-hour wind gust is still pretty strong and could be almost as damaging as a tornado. Speaking of 70-mile-per-hour winds, we have multiple reports already coming out from Colbert and Franklin counties that trees and power outages are being reported down, or power lines are being reported down, and trees are being reported down as of 10:04 p.m. this evening. If you have any questions, if you need any areas to be looked at, we are willing to do that for you. Let's see here. So the Boeing line, we got another Boeing section line here that's beginning to head into Russellville. And Phil Campbell moving close to Muscle Shoals. So the stronger storms are now moving into your area. Go ahead and be being prepared and ready just in case severe winds are in that area. Of course, 60-mile-per-hour winds is the only thing we're seeing here with hail up to pea size. Of course, that hail threat is not the largest threat right this second. That's going to be the 60-mile-per-hour winds. Our main concern is sitting around Hackleburg and Haleyville. And I'm watching this little area north of Brilliant here that could be slightly rotating. That is an area that I am interested in at the moment. But as of now, just really watching for 70, 80-mile-per-hour wind gusts out ahead of this and looking at it, looks more like 60 to 65-mile-per-hour winds that is starting to blow ahead of this. Some areas is showing about 70 here. So if you are out towards, I'm going to call out names here, towards Bryn, Hackleburg, Tinser, Goddard, Allen's Factory, out towards Thornhill, South Haleyville, go ahead and be getting prepared for damaging winds up to 65 and 70 miles per hour likely. Power outages are going to be there, and not only that, we're also going to be seeing trees down likely, and maybe some damage to roofs and buildings. Tanner, you got anything? All right.
No, sir, not at the current moment. Not besides just still watching this couplet. Looks like it's trying to tighten, but it could be the radar scan. So we have about another 5, 6 seconds before the next scan comes back in.
All right, sounds
I
good.
will say this much. Sorry to cut you guys
You're
off,
good.
but I do have a source of mine that I do weather with all the time, and another team I work in, saying that Hamilton, just east of Hamilton, there might have been a possible spin-up tornado.
Okay.
He's reporting trees down on I-22 and Highway 17 in Hamilton.
All right, I appreciate that, Ian. So a possible tornado, spin-up tornado was possible near Hamilton, Alabama. So power outages are probably scattered across that area. And Tanner, if you want to do a quick power outage check, that'd be perfect.
Yeah.
Um,
Power outage check coming in. Give me just a quick sec here to pull that. All right, let's see. Power outage check. All right, here's the power outage. Winston coming up here at 4:02 without now. Marion County was at 877. Um, and let me plug my light in here really quick so I can write something down. But give me a sec, and then we can go from there. Um, let's go to Lamar County with now 2,823 people, and Fayette County now making a comeback or making a comeback or making an impression on the board with 385 people.
And thank you, Tanner, for that as well. And
Sure.
both Ian and Tanner, do you agree with me that there could be a little bit of rotation northeast of Brilliant, um, Marion County, Alabama? Actually, disregard on that. Never mind. Looks to appear on the newest scan that it has dissipated at this point. So again, damaging winds is now our main threat. I think this tornado warning is really going to be allowed to expire for now. A lot of the spin up rotation inside of, or a lot of the rotation inside of this line is more becoming a wind threat than anything. So that tornado warning is likely going to be allowed to expire, unless a new couplet strengthens within the next couple 20 to 30 minutes out ahead of this. But Hackleburg, Haleyville, and Bear Creek just ahead. We got strong damaging winds upcoming. Probably a really large shelf cloud moving in to the area. Of course, you won't be able to see it. I don't recommend going outside. Stay indoors. Moving into an interior room of your house, away from doors and windows. Bring us with you. Bring a weather radio with you if you have one on hand, and just sit there and stay safe out there because we got again a strong line of damaging winds up to 60 and 70 miles per hour, fixing to move into the Hackleburg, Bear Creek, and Haleyville, Alabama area. Let me see.
So I got that couplet from Hamilton. It looks like it's actually now trying to re-strengthen up here in Hackleburg. Um, a newest scan just came in. Looks like it's trying to tighten again, with obviously green going towards the radar, red going away from the radar, and obviously our X back in the middle. Somewhere in between those two areas, it looks like that's trying to tighten back up.
All right, thank you, Tanner. So that is something that we'll continue to monitor near Hackleburg, where a potential another area of rotation could be trying to strengthen. That tornado warning was cut off, so now Hackleburg, Bear Creek, and Haleyville is the only ones in this warning. If you are in Hamilton, I'm going to give you the green light. You can come out of your safe spot. If you're in Gwynn and Winfield, you can come out of your safe spot as the storm is moving out of your area, and you should be fine. A couple rumbles of thunder, heavier rain is expected, but the threat for y'all overall is going to be over with, and you are now able to get some rest.
All
So,
right.
go ahead.
Not to cut you off, news update coming in here 11:07 with the power outages. Just that we were just at 10:59, so that was 8 minutes, about 8 minutes ago. Um, Lamar County sitting at 2,823. We are now sitting at 3,000 as this rotation moved through. Marion County, we were sitting at 877, now sitting at about 1,600. We now have Winston, or had Winston County at 402. That number has not changed yet. But down there in Fayette County, where they got rocked by this wind event, they were sitting at 385, starting there at 1057, sitting here at 11, or 1011. They now are at 1500.
All right, thank you very much, Tanner. Uh, Real quick, we're going to talk about our severe thunderstorm warning for Franklin and Colbert counties, since we haven't talked about you folks out there, and Lawrence County as well. We haven't talked about y'all here in just a good minute. Still, 60-mile-per-hour winds is expected with this line of storms, 50 to 60. No rotation is being noted just yet in this line, but I am watching it very closely for that potential. Other than that, again, 60-mile-per-hour wind gust is definitely something that we're watching for within this line. I'm actually trying to get a measurement on it, and the radar right now is measuring up to close to 60 to 70. So some areas may have pockets of 70-mile-per-hour winds. If this is true, we could get a upgrade to the severe thunderstorm warning, be a little bit of a considerable. Considerable being that the threats of 70-mile-per-hour, 80-mile-per-hour winds are possible within that line. The good news is we're not seeing that. And if you are out towards Red Bay, Vina, going close to the Pleasant Site, White Oak, Seven Pines, Halltown, those areas there, which is in West Colbert County and West Franklin County, you're in the green light to go back to bed. We have a couple of rumbles of thunder, but all in all, this is moving east of your area now. Now, Russellville, Phil Campbell, Muscle Shoals, Town Creek, Moulton, I'll go ahead and say your name. Go ahead and prepare for a gusty wind and some frequent lightning and smaller hail out ahead of this. We got 32 more minutes on this line. And this was actually reported by the public. So severe damaging wind gusts, that was reported by the public. So somebody actually got a wind gust measurement there. So that's interesting. This storm is moving.
Hey,
Go ahead.
uh, when you have a sec, send me your Facebook login so I can fix and update stuff as need be.
All right, sounds good. Do you mind taking over real quick?
Yeah, I'll take it real quick. So let's, if you throw up links one, by the way.
Yep.
Looking here, Hackleberg, we have that somewhat tight couplet, but it's not together. And, this could even move into Haleyville, into Marion County, I believe that is, and Bear Creek. But I mean, this warning in general, um, this warning in general has it moving to the northeast at 65. Um, so tornado warning has it moving to the northeast at 65 and expire at 10:30. So moving to the northeast 65, 10:30. So I'm going to pull a track out here to the northeast at 65 from Hackleberg. So let's pull it out here. 65. Let's get some towns on here. Phil Campbell coming up here, 8 minutes. Posley Mill, 13 minutes. Carroll Crossroad, 14 minutes. Mount Hope, 22 minutes. Needmore, 22 minutes. Hickory Grove in 22 minutes. Youngtown sitting here at right around 25 minutes. Now, mind you, Silver Hackleberg, and if this rotation does hold together, it's going to be something that we need to
Uh,
watch. But
Tanner, I will go ahead and let you know. Just now coming in, they are not planning on forwarding that tornado warning into Winston County. So the tornado warning is going to be allowed to expire.
okay, perfect. I appreciate that. So this is running right now. If this is a couplet, I mean, it doesn't have to be a couplet, but definitely still gusty winds. It'll be over County Road 12, Tessner, Fairview, State Road 253, Highway 43, State Road 172, Wingington, and they did add that that a new severe thunderstorm warning across the board. So that is that.
So with that new severe thunderstorm warning, they did. See, bear with me. We're real quick, folks. There we go. So what they did here, they continued the severe thunderstorm warning out towards Colbert and not Winston, Franklin, Colbert, and Lawrence counties. That's just they're continuing it. They're still expecting it to expire around 10:45 p.m. Central Daylight Time for Colbert, Franklin, and Western Lawrence counties. And of course, what we're still expecting is 60 miles per hour wind gusts. You can expect damage to roofs, sidings, and trees out ahead of this line. Again, we've been focused on this area a whole lot since we started live streaming due to that tornado warning, but now it's going to be the main threat of damaging winds that's going to move into Hackleburg or east of Hackleburg into Phil Campbell, Haleyville, and Double Springs. Region is we got a nice little Boeing Echo that is showing out here. Let me show you real
Yeah,
quick.
I'll take care of that. Nick, can you read that chat real quick? I'll talk about the Celica
All
for
right,
you.
thank you.
Hmm. So what Nick was referring to is right here, kind of see it's bowing out in front of Haley'sville, just outside of State Highway 13, Interstate 278, just outside of Devil Springs. And this runs along William B. Bank National Forest. But there's the Boeing Echo. Let me redraw this here a little bit better. Right here's the bow echo, and how we know it's a bow echo is because you see it like pushes out. It pushes out almost like the side of like a grapefruit. Like it pushes that forward motion, and that's where we really get the interaction that it's a bow echo, and that's why it's pushing out there. So I'm gonna turn it back over to Nicholas Driver.
Thank you. All right. And as Tanner was mentioning with that Bow Echo, um, with that being said, damaging winds are going to be continuing out ahead of this line. And real quick, Ian, have you heard anything on social media or have you seen anything on the radar that concerns you?
I have not seen anything on social media as far as the radar goes. All I am seeing right now is a damaging wind threat. I am not seeing like a tornado threat right now.
And I can agree with you on that. So I believe our tornado threat at the moment is dwindling down for now. And speaking of that, as this line moves more east, the tornado threat is really going to be low on the lower end. So if you're living east of I-65, yes, a couple spin up tornadoes are still going to be possible, but in general, the main threat for all of North Alabama is going to be damaging gusty winds up to 70 and potentially 80 miles per hour, and of course, hail up to 1 inch in size, which is quarter size hail. Is possible throughout the entirety of North Alabama. Can't rule out a few more spin up tornadoes. That's what our tornado watch is for, after all. But the most severe threat is staying towards our south. But we are going to stay here by your side, keeping you weather aware as we continue to have a tornado possible tag out towards Double Springs and Arley. Now that tornado possible tag is really not led with anything, as it's mainly damaging wind threats that we're watching here. Just to mention now, we do have a severe thunderstorm warning for Lauderdale County for the next 25 minutes for 60-mile-per-hour winds. Again, Lauderdale County is under a severe thunderstorm warning until 10:45 p.m. Central Daylight Time. What you can expect is 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts as this line continues to push more east. Out ahead of it, if you're in Limestone, Eastern Lawrence County, Morgan County, and Coleman County, go ahead and prepare for this upcoming line, as it is still going to be producing damaging wind gusts up to 60 and 70 miles per hour. Tanner, if you want to take over real quick, I can give you that.
Yeah. So, like you said, that tornado warning has been allowed to expire. Haleyville, Bowie, Bow Echo, Double Springs, Watson Assist does have the tornado possible on it. So you can really see, I think they're going to continue to extend this even into Coleman County, as this does have a tornado possible. Mind you, it's considerable wind threat. Walker County and Winston County until 11:45 for Red Bay near Glen Allen to near Ashcraft.
All right, I'll take over there for you real quick. So, people asking for Phil Campbell in Franklin County. As of right now, you should stay indoors, and I hope my audio is not peaking out. Please let me know if my audio is loud for y'all here. But if you're out in Phil Campbell, this line of storms is beginning to head into your area very quickly, and I'm not seeing any tornado potential at the moment. So, mainly damaging wind threat at this time, up to 60, 70 miles per hour. And as of now, that main line is beginning to move northeast of Phil Campbell. Stay in a safe place until just give it about 20 to 30 minutes from now, and I will say you'll be able to come out of your safe place. By safe place, I'm saying indoors. There's really no need to run out towards the storm cellar, but if you are indoors, definitely do stay inside. And I am seeing those damage reports coming in from Gwynn, Alabama now. Multiple power lines and power poles around County Highway 58 and Gwynn are being reported down. down towards County Road, or let's see. This is out south of Highway 43. This being said, take caution if you're planning to go anywhere tomorrow morning, as there is going to be some damaged areas, multiple trees down in extreme northwest Fayette County, including Highway 107 at Turner Road. So damage reports are beginning to flow in from that Boeing Echo line that brought winds up to 70 miles per hour. And for the rest of us, that damaging wind up to 60 and 70 miles per hour does continue. If you're east of Haleyville, including Double Springs, now including the areas of Moulton, and some areas out towards potentially Russellville, you need to be preparing for the straight line damaging winds as it heads closer to your area. Ian, are you seeing anything?
Other than straight line winds, no, at the moment.
Gotcha. Another thing that is coming along with this line is frequent lightning. You're probably going to be woken up by a couple rumbles of thunder out ahead of it. So please do be sure that you stay indoors and you do not go outside to try to see what's going on. This is a pretty dangerous situation regardless with those 70-mile-per-hour winds. So you do need to treat it as if it is a tornado warning. Now, I am just getting reports, reading the NWS chat, that some possible rotation is beginning to develop near Florence, near Tuscumbia and Florence. Not enough to warrant a tornado warning, but they are watching it very closely, and I actually do see what they're talking about here if I play back.
Because
I believe...
or Nick, can you verify me real quick?
Do what?
Verify.
So, some broad rotation might be possible near Tuscumbia and Florence, so that's just a heads up for you folks out there. That was noted by the National Weather Service just a little bit ago in Huntsville, Alabama. So if you're out near Florence and Muscle Shoals, if you got family out there, the main threat is going to be 60 to 70 mile per hour damaging winds, especially as we're beginning to see a Boeing Echo develop out ahead of this. But, again, the National Weather Service has noted a potential of spin-up rotation just to the west, or in between Florence and Tuscumbia, Alabama.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
And where was that issue? Okay, if you do hear that sound, that usually sounds like a tornado siren, do not panic. That is just Radar Omega giving me warnings for counties way south in South Alabama, so don't worry about that. We will let you know if a warning is issued for you.
Hey Nick, can you approve it?
Yes, I can.
Thank you, sir.
If you want to go ahead and talk about what you're seeing here.
Mm-hmm. So, excuse me. Tornado watch continues till 4 a.m. tomorrow, but still have that bell echo just outside of Double Spring, and we're gonna see this be moved through Double Springs by. It'll be out of Double Springs by 13 minutes. And then give it about 30 minutes before it actually exits the state. And then it gets into Addison and New Georgia.
Let's see here. Thank you, Tanner. And just a reminder here, while we're not seeing a large tornado threat at this current time, we are still seeing some light areas of rotation along this line. Of course, the National Weather Service did note that area near Tuscumbia and Florence, Alabama, for a light rotation. As of right now, it looks like it might have fallen apart. We're going to continue with 60 mile per hour wind gust, potentially up to 70, 50, 60, 70. That the reason why it's such a larger frame is because areas in between could see, within the line, could see different speeds or wind speeds of the wind there. I hope I'm making sense. And Yes, most of the storms have passed Gwyn. If you're in Gwyn, let's see. Gwyn. All right, so most of the storms have passed Gwyn in Marion County. I would say now I'm going to start calling out towns that are in the clear. If you're out in Red Bay, Hackleburg, Bear Creek, excuse me, towards Haleyville, Brilliant, Winfield, Gwyn, Beaverton, Soligant, Hamilton, Hackleburg, those areas, you are now in the clear. You're probably going to hear a couple rumbles of thunder, some heavier downpours, but all in all, you're in the clear, and I can say that you can go to bed. Go to bed and get some rest. Damaging winds up to 60 and 70 miles per hour is continuing out here towards the Haleyville area. So if you're out towards, or not Haleyville, excuse me, Double Springs. If you're out towards Double Springs, Arley, go ahead and be getting ready to seek shelter into your, your interior room of your building or home until this warning is allowed to expire. This is still a considerable severe thunderstorm warning with winds up to 70 miles per hour likely. And for everybody else, as of right now, we're continuing to see wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour. No problem. I would go ahead and give you a heads up in Coleman, Morgan, Lawrence, and Limestone County, as you folks are the next in line. And I honestly want to try. And Tanner, if this doesn't work, I'm going to get you to do it, because for whatever reason, I've been having issues with my timelines. Alright, so most of these storms are moving at 60. We'll say about 68 miles per hour. Yes, there has been damage reported out towards the area south. Let me try to find it. North of Winfield, and there's been some damage reports in Gwyn, Alabama. So there's a couple power outages likely going on out there at this time. All right, let's see if will it work? Nope, it's not going to work.
What are you trying to do?
Line tracks or manual storm tracking.
Yeah, give me a second. Let me fix this for you.
Let me see where that tornado warning is for. Alright, so another tornado warning is for that area way down south, so that's something that we're not worried about. So don't think that there's a tornado warning issued for us. We are in the clear as far as tornadoes. I was trying to do it in WSV3. There you go.
Okay.
And bear with us, folks, real quick. So, as Tanner tries to work on our manual storm tracking mode here, again, multiple reports of down trees and down power lines, and of course, power outages have been reported out across the areas of Marion and Winston County, including some areas of Franklin County. That is due to that Boeing Echo that continues to move northeast now into Lawrence County, Alabama. A new severe thunderstorm warning is probably going to be warranted for those areas here very soon. So if you will stay with us, we will keep you weather aware on what's to come here soon. And let me see here real quick. If you have any questions for me, go ahead and ask away. And of course, we do appreciate y'all for tuning in, and we are glad to be serving you.
Go ahead and do whatever you need to do.
Okay.
Take off that other layer, by the way.
There you go. Let's see.
Yeah, try now.
Oops. Finally. Alright, so most of these storms are heading at, you think, somewhere around 68 miles per hour? 60. And what's the general, what is their general, you got it.
Okay, there. I'm gonna let you take it back. I was just fixing it.
What's the general direction that they're moving? Northeast?
Northeast.
60. 8 northeast. All right, so here we are. We're drawing a storm track for you on where and when you can expect the stronger storms to move into your area. So out towards Florence, this is already knocking at your doorstep. There's our new severe thunderstorm warning. I'll talk about that here in just one moment. Thank you, Jacob. And so we're going to go ahead and talk about the areas that are out ahead of this. Florence, Russellville, and areas east of Haleyville. You're already getting impacted by the strongest of the storms. Now we go east of Florence here, where we are at Keelan. Keelan, this will be at your doorstep by 10:37 p.m. Central Daylight Time tonight. Towards Town Creek and St. Joseph's, this will be at your doorstep by 10:43. Moulton, 10:46. North Portland, 10:47. That's same for you in Laureato. Rogersville, 10:49. Good Hope, 10:57 p.m. Trinity, 10:58 p.m. And Coleman, Alabama, for the ones that are watching from Coleman, this will go ahead, or this will be at your doorstep by 10:59 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Falkville, Hartselle, Flint City, and Decatur, Athens. This will be at your doorstep around 11:01 to 11:05 p.m. this evening. As we travel down to Pulaski, Ardmore, Madison, Harvest, Arab, and Cornersville, this will be at your doorstep between 11:13 to 11:22 p.m. tonight. 11:25 for Huntsville, 11:26 for Marineville, 11:26 for Hazel Green, 11:27 for Owens Crossroads, Fayetteville, 11:29 going out towards New Hope, Petersburg, and Moores Hill. That's in between 11:29 and 11:31. And now we talk about our new severe thunderstorm warning that has been issued for parts of far eastern Lauderdale County, western Limestone County, eastern Lawrence County, and western Morgan County until 11:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time. The storm motion is at 68 miles per hour, and that is going to be for winds up to 60 miles per hour inside the thunderstorm. Let me see. Again, thank you, Jacob, and everybody that has tuned in.
Nick, I'm just kind of trying to find some stuff on Twitter and stuff, reports.
You're good. So Jacob was asking if we caught that confirmed tornado in George, Mississippi, and Mobile, Alabama. I almost called it Mobile. Mobile, Alabama, and yes, I did see that earlier. Good thing we are not seeing those larger threats here towards Alabama. So some hail might be falling out towards Double Springs, north of Double Springs, Alabama. That would be in Winston County. So if you're somewhere around Grayson or Moreland, just a heads up that some pea-sized hail might be falling over that area. But of course, the main threat is going to be that damaging wind. I'm not seeing any rotation still. We are getting storm reports that 43 mile per hour wind gust is being reported in downtown Florence. Trees and power lines are being reported down in Franklin County. And we are expecting this to go through Lawrence County as the evening goes on. 50 mile per hour reports are now being reported at the UNA campus in North Florence. If you are in this area, you need to be preparing for these strong gusty winds. Tanner, I wouldn't be surprised as this heads into our office location that power outages are going to be possible.
Okay.
So we may lose power here at home. If we do, you can take over the live stream since I believe you do have my account passwords. Go ahead and let me know what you thinking about. I want to hear what you're looking at.
Yeah, I'm kind of watching the same line here. I'm actually watching kind of further south here, but that warning that does have the tornado possible, 38 miles an hour. Now, mind you, we before we were talking about how it had a bow echo. I no longer don't see that bow echo. It kind of looks like it went in more of like a linear, straight line, kind of storm. But it has moved through double rock. You guys are almost done with the heart of it with the big storms. You guys got about 50 more percent, if you will, for putting this in a voltage or a percentage tile out of 100. You're about 50% of the way through it. Just got 50% more to go. But if you are down here into State Highway 5, just running along State Highway 5 and State Road 195, this includes Rose Hill, Polar Springs, Natus. You, my friends, you will be getting this. You, my friends, this will be this moving through now. So you guys probably have the same percentage rate as the Double Springs, with that 50%. So we just got to get this, and I'm gonna highlight it. Got to get this big event to move quickly here to the east. After that, I do think it's going to kind of dissipate very quickly. And you may be asking, okay, so Tanner, why do I think it's going to dissipate? Let me just show you. Because temperatures aren't that warm out there. You mean we got middle 60s, dew points in the 60s, but the thing is, I think we're starting to lose cape, especially as the daylight hours go down here. So let's go to the MRMS real quick here. Let's look for 1 hour flight density, or not flight density, but lightning probability. I mean, lightning's still there. Not much has changed from that. But let's actually go time it out here on the future cast. So looking here at composite radar, it's not really what we're worried about. Let's go look here at severe weather at the surface base cape here, and you can see, yeah, look at that number 210. It's where we're currently sitting at with Jules. And I kind of think that, I think after this event, I think could see maybe one or two, maybe tornado warnings. But after that, I really think that this event's going to kind of die out because you can see we're getting we're getting composite, so we're on the Cape coming back at 40 joules over every kilogram. And yeah, look at that, 20, 30, 40. Obviously, a couple windy gusts here and there, but I think the tornado threat, maybe one or two more tornado warnings out of it. But after that, I definitely think that this event is pretty much, we're about 75% of the way done here with this tornado warning. But like I said, we have about another 35 more minutes on this. I don't really see a couplet in this, so I don't see anything really concerning here. Let's go back here to reflectivity real quick. Like I said, just double springs. Got to get this little bit of redder severe pocket. After that, moves through to the west and gets through already here. Interstate two. No, that's the interstate 278 and state road 170 195 actually right here. Runs right here 195 and 270 right here in Arley. Get this moved out to the east, get it into Georgia, and like I said, I think this event's done. Just got to get this now, mind you. After we get it past, Alvester and even through Birmingham Metro, I do think that the Tuscaloosa part, I think what it's going to try and do is it's going to kind of swing south a little bit more, and then it comes up north like this. Not really so much in that track, but I do think it's going to swing south and come up north, and maybe they come a little bit more into northern Alabama here. But I say that because that the loop pressure of where it's placed here, I think it's going to kind of feed some extra moisture. Because mind you, we do have winds coming in this way, so our low pressure is well out here into Arkansas. I'm gonna kind of sketch this map for you real quick. So we have this line of storm, our linear threat. We kind of hang them south, and then we watch them come north because we have that wind flow. Mind you, we also have wind coming off of the Atlantic Ocean, and the rivers in here. So it's kind of a mixed combination of storm cells put all here together. But that's my current thinking right now, Nick.
Okay, I appreciate that.
What?
Bear with me. I'm reading just a couple other stuff that I'm
Uh-huh.
seeing here, but some reports of a potential spin-up tornado was reported near Lamar County, where we were live earlier. As that, what's another? Oh, I see. Try to correct. Okay, so again, a tornado was reported earlier, potentially near Lamar County, before the main line moved into Winston County. This being said, we could have seen some tornado damage caused in Gwynn, Alabama, but otherwise, I am just monitoring damage reports and whatnot on our chats. And we did just get a new severe thunderstorm warning, and we did just see a severe thunderstorm warning get expired. So parts of western Lauderdale and Colbert counties is now out of the severe thunderstorm warning. Waterloo, Cherokee, parts of western Florence, and Tuscumbia, excuse me. You folks are now going to be able to move out of your safe places, move out wherever you were kind of holding still, and just head to bed. Get some rest for tonight. And for the folks out towards East Muscle Shoals, Bailey Springs, Keelan, Center Star, Lexington, Town Creek, Rogersville, Anderson, go ahead and prepare for this line of storms up to 60 miles per hour to continue moving into your area. Moulton, we got storms now moving. Of course, we should be live on LC today. That's what I was just thinking about there. But Moulton,
I'll cross post it.
okay, I appreciate it. So for areas of downtown Moulton, this line is right over you, likely producing winds up to 60 miles per hour here. Now, the damaging wind threat is starting to go down a little bit. As Tanner was saying, a lot of the threat is starting to fall apart, and that is good news for us. But still, damaging winds past Lawrence County and Morgan County up to 60 and 70 miles per hour cannot be ruled out. A spin-up tornado is still in that region as well. As you look at this area here, this is a good bow echo. Usually that indicates some stronger winds that'll be ahead of this line. And we've mentioned you folks a lot. If you're traveling on Highway 25, Highway 157, you need to be aware of damaging winds and some smaller hail. I would like to say that there were some reports of power outages across Oakdale and central areas of western Lauderdale County. 310 customers are without power across that area. And then flash localized flooding is being reported up to 2 and 3 inches an hour. But since these storms are moving quickly, we're not expecting a large flash flooding threat, but localized flooding is still possible. Awesome. So we'll continue to monitor the situation here. Let's see. Bear with me here as I'm just kind of looking at the radar, observing.
Nick, you for some reason I don't think they give you full access, so you can't share it over here.
Interesting. I'll have to talk to him about that. So I do want to mention there's a couple little, not kinks, but just small areas of rotation or looks like rotation just west of Arley and Addison. And if those are areas of rotation, that's just a heads up for you folks out. Actually, yes, that is. So a heads up for you folks out towards Arley and Addison County, or that's in Winston County, moving into Coleman County, Alabama. Areas, small pockets of rotation is currently ongoing with this threat. So I'm closely monitoring those little, and I'll show you why there is, what am I, there we go. Alright, so the general areas of circulation is likely located out here towards Arley, and that's one of them right here. As west of Arley, if you're in Arley, just a heads up that a little area of rotation is possibly moving into your area. You can see that little bowing segment outside of the, or hook echo, starting to bow out in front of Arley. And the same thing for Addison here, where a little area of rotation was noted just a minute ago. So if you're out in Arley, Addison, going into Coleman County, Alabama, just a heads up that we still have that tornado possible within this line, although it's not it's not tornado warning warranted, if you will. Yes, meteorologist Jason Reynolds, you may share this to the community. I do not mind at all. Let's see here. Things are being slow at the current moment. Okay. Tanner, do you mind reading me out any other updates? Because the NWS chat just crashed on me. So
Mm-hmm.
let's see. Yep. So if people are out ahead in Coleman, Alabama, I'd say Blount, Coleman County, Alabama, Blount County, Alabama, going out towards Marshall County, Alabama. Go ahead and prepare for a severe thunderstorm warning here very, very soon as the line begins to approach the area. There's a few little areas of circulation that I'm watching within this line, beginning to cross the Winston and Coleman County line, where there's little kinks starting to show up. You got your reds and greens kind of turning here, and that's just something that I'm going to continue to watch. Regardless of the tornado potential, gusty winds up to 60 and 70 miles per hour is still possible within this line. Although, as Tanner again was mentioning earlier, this line is beginning to weaken as it heads east, and it is moving fairly quickly as well. We have 11 more minutes on our severe thunderstorm warning for eastern Lauderdale County in northwestern Alabama, southwest eastern Colbert County in northwestern Alabama, and northwestern Lawrence County in northwestern Alabama until 11 p.m. Central Daylight Time. This warning will be allowed to expire. Go ahead, Tanner, do what you need to do.
Thank you.
And bear with us, folks, as we try to fix up some things real quick. All right, you got it?
Yep, you're good. So
Alright.
you're still streaming. Don't worry about it. I just now have you going to um the LC today and your page still.
It just ended the stream.
I hate my life. I'm sorry.
You're good.
Alright, so I'll just fix that now.
Well, I'll go back live.
Yeah,